Hey guys, Under Chaos here with another video for you guys. So in today's video, I want to talk about what I think the first four picks will be for the Chargers in this upcoming draft. We all know that Tom Telesco has always been a best position at the time of the draft. So he's not gonna go get, for example, our main need at offensive tackle unless he believes that offensive tackle is going to be there. You know, like he's literally worth that 13th overall pick. So I don't think Penei Sewell will be there unless we trade up with, which I think right now we would have to trade up with either the Atlanta Falcons or the number 5 pick. I think that's the Bengals, I believe. Those teams are going to want a lot. Possibly, just to move up maybe a little bit less for the fifth overall pick, because we're gonna need to jump all those like other teams, like the Panthers. I believe we're gonna have to jump the Panthers, Cowboys, Broncos, all those guys just to get a crack at Penei Sewell or Rashawn Slater. Now, let's say if we go down to the 13th pick, and I know for a fact Rashawn Slater and Penei Sewell will be gone by then. Arguably the best 2 tackles in this year's draft. I think if we do end up trading up, it'll most likely be with the Falcons, because there is a chance that Penei Sewell could get selected by the Bengals. So in the case that we do trade up with them, with the Atlanta Falcons, I can see us giving them our first round pick this year, our 3rd round pick this year, maybe a 5th round pick this year, and maybe our 1st and 2nd next year. That's what I think it would take, just because of how high the demand right now is for picks. But in the case that we don't, I believe that Tom Telesco won't take an offensive tackle at 13, depending, like if Slater's there, he's gonna take him, or Penei Sewell, but we all know those two guys won't be there. If there's no offensive tackle available, right at the time, there's gonna be a lot of offensive tackles. Just that I don't think Telesco's gonna select anyone other than Slater or Penei Sewell at number 13 when it comes to offensive tackles. I think those are his 2 main offensive tackles that he really wants to get. So moving forward, with the 13th pick, I think we end up going cornerback, CB, which is our next biggest need. Our biggest needs right now, guys, is offensive tackle, cornerback, I believe safety and linebacker, and our edge rusher right now. So I think if any good cornerbacks, which I do think will be there, whether it's J.C. Horn out of South Carolina, Caleb Farley or Fairley, whatever his name is, out of Virginia Tech, or maybe even Asante Samuel Jr. out of Florida State. I think those cornerbacks are well worth 13th overall pick. Those cornerbacks are really, really good. We all know how good Asante Samuel Sr. was with the Patriots and the Buccaneers before that, I believe. So they're good players. Maybe they have some traits. Kind of going based off the Antoine Winfield Jr. and Senior duos, father and son. So, those are my 3 cornerbacks I would like to see. You're probably thinking, what about that guy from Ohio State? What's his name? Patrick Surtain III. He's good. I just don't feel like he fits our scheme. Telesco likes shorter, smaller cornerbacks for zone coverages and stuff like that. I mean, yes, we have a new coach, and it all depends how we're gonna play. With Staley being basically had the number 1 defense last year with the Rams. I mean, he had Ramsey and Williams. Those are 2 big cornerbacks. They're actually pretty tall. I believe Ramsey is 6'1", 6'2", and I think Williams is about 6'1", anywhere from 6'1" to 6'3". So those are big cornerbacks. I think our tallest cornerback is Mike Davis. I believe he's like 6'2", 6'1". maybe even 6 feet. I don't know. I personally, if we're gonna bring someone like that, I would have hired Richard Sherman because he is a tall corner. Yeah, he's a little bit up in age, but he would have been good. I think him and Mike Davis would have been a good CB1, CB2. Now you're probably thinking, well, what about Chris Harris Jr.? He would have been our slot corner. And that's what he fits best at, slot corner. So other than that, so let's go back to the draft. With the 13th pick, I have the Chargers at the time selecting. I have them selecting cornerback J.C. Horn out of South Carolina. I believe he'll be there. He's more of a ball hawk. Reminds me a lot of Mike Davis, because Mike Davis is a ball hawk. Not a huge ball hawk, but he is a ball hawk. And I think, he will fit that cornerback position for Staley's defense. In the second round, I think this is where we go offensive line, whether it's offensive tackle or offensive line. I think we'll get Jeremy Mayfield, offensive tackle. Offensive tackle out of, I think it's Michigan. He's a really good offensive tackle prospect. I'm not sure if he'll be like a day one starter. He's definitely going to be better than any of the offensive tackles we have, except for Balaga. I don't really think Trey Pipkin's going to do shit. I think he's a trash ass prospect that we drafted 2 seasons ago out of Sioux Falls. Like, come on, Telesco. So third round, we have 2 third-round picks. Got a compensatory. So with the third round, in the third round, with the first pick in the third round that we have, I could see us getting a tight end. I don't know what tight end, but I know we'll possibly get a tight end. With the second third round pick, I can possibly see us getting an offensive lineman. I don't know who, but I can see us getting like an interior offensive lineman, because as of right now, we got O'Day Abayashi or whatever, and then we have what's his name? Matt Filer. I think Matt Filer will end up being our left guard, because he played really well last season for the Steelers at left guard when he needed to step in. So I believe that'll be a good fit for him. Sorry guys, I'm here trying to get the mail here. So I think that will be those are the 4 picks that I think we'll get. So again, first round cornerback J.C. Horn, second round offensive tackle Jeremy Mayfield or something Mayfield. I forgot his name. I think those are the 2 main picks. I think cornerback and offensive tackle. Third round, I think will be the first third round we have be tight end, and then another offensive line. Okay, dude, calm down. Your car's not that amazing. But like I said, I think that's what's gonna be. I don't see us really taking anything out of I don't really think we're gonna trade up. I just don't see Telesco doing that. I mean, last year was a shocker for us when he did trade up, trade back up into the first round just to get what was it? I think he gave up a second and a third round in the 2020 draft to move up to 23 with the Patriots to get Kenneth Murray. It's going to be very interesting how Kenneth Murray does in a 3-4 defense. He's going to be able to play his original middle linebacker position. Last year, he played a little bit of outside linebacker and inside linebacker. I think that he didn't play really well due to the fact that we were having to move him because of all the injuries. As you guys know, we lost Denzel Perryman, we lost Tranquil. We know we got some other linebackers just to fill those holes, and us moving to 3-4 defense. I think he's gonna be an official inside linebacker. I think he and Tranquil will do very good in that inside linebacker position. Outside linebackers, guys, we're gonna have to see what we do, because I don't know what kind of defense Staley's gonna have. Whether it's gonna be like the rushing, like outside linebackers rushing. I know that he has said, because they asked him whether he was gonna move any of the current players that are DNs to the outside line position. He did say that he has been in practice. He's been testing Nwosu at the outside linebacker position. So it's going to be very interesting how he does. I mean, Nwosu does very good when he has Boza with him. Without Boza, I mean, that's just like every other team. We don't have their main pass rusher. They suck. And I think that's one of the reasons that Melvin Ingram is not returning. Now, I would have liked to have Melvin Ingram back, right? If we would have had plans to move into outside linebacker. Because I feel like he actually was a little bit better at the outside linebacker position when we were in a 3-4 defense. So I would have liked to bring him back, but we all know Ingram is not going to accept a lowball contract. You know, he's not going to come to us for $4 million for 1 year with, let's say if we were to give him a $6 million contract with $4 million guaranteed, and the other $2 million are for like, you know, for bonus, and his max value is $7 million. I don't think he would have came back for that, guys. I just don't think so. He's one of those guys that wants to have a long-term contract, be sure of his future, guaranteed money. I mean, you guys remember how he threw a fit a couple of years ago when, I mean, even in his Rap Me song, he literally put, "Oh, the Chargers put me on the tag," bitched about it. And finally, when we re-signed him to a 4-year, $66 million, $42 million of it was guaranteed, and I think he only got one season with double-digit sacks. He got like that same year, the first year, he got like 8.5. Oh no, sorry, he got 10, and then he got 8. Then the next year, and then he got injured, got like 6, and then this past year he only got 2. So I mean, he's an injury prone guy. So we need somebody at the outside linebacker position that's gonna pass rush. I mean, maybe in the draft, guys, maybe we can get a steal outside linebacker position for rushing. I know Bose is gonna stay at the defensive end position. I mean, Taylor can move it to DN. We'll have Linval Joseph at D tackle, and what we could do is we could have Justin Jones as our nose tackle. So, I mean, I think that would be a better fit for our defense all around. But like I said, guys, a little bit of the draft, a little bit of other things I think the team should really focus on. I mean, I don't know why Telesco hasn't made any moves. I mean, if we were to get like an offensive tackle that's available right now in free agency right now, like for example, like I know that some of the tackles that are still available is Eric Fisher, Alejandro Villanueva, like all those guys are still available, you know, and I feel like if we can at least get one of those guys, right, it would take care of so much of the worries. Like if we were to get Villanueva, who's literally an offensive tackle that plays on the left side, as well as Fisher, it would be better for us. I just don't think Telesco wants to bring another old guy into the fold. He wants a young guy. He's always done that. I mean, a couple of years ago, we had left tackle Russell Okung, and we had like a couple of young guys like Sam Tevy and who were the other guys? I forgot who the other guys were at the right tackle position. Now he's doing the same thing with the left tackle position because now we got Balaga on the right side. You know, it's just I don't know, man. I like Telesco, but his mind is really really weird. I mean, I like it that he gives a lot of people chances, but at some point you gotta stop doing that. You gotta start, you gotta start putting your money where your mouth is. You know what I mean? You gotta start trading up for players. You gotta start trading for picks. And like I said, last year for me was a shocker. Like it really was. I didn't think he was ever gonna trade up. Next thing I know, I'm like half asleep because I'm not gonna lie. Last year's draft was so boring. I think after the 6th pick, when we drafted Herbert, I was watching. I think after the 10th pick, which was Cleveland's pick, when they selected what's his name, that offensive tackle. Oh God, I forgot his name. But after that, I think I fell asleep for a little bit. When I freaking woke up, they were on the 22nd pick, and then I remember I said trade on the bottom, trade. And I was like, oh, I wonder who traded. And I looked away for like a split second. Next thing I know, Chargers are on the back on the clock. I'm like, what the hell? Like, dude, I never even thought in a million. And I literally thought we traded for an offensive tackle. I literally thought, okay, fuck yeah, this is Telesco. This is where you get it right. Because at the time I didn't really think we needed a linebacker. Because at the time we had what's his name, Perryman. We had oh my God, we had Perryman on the inside, we had Tranquil on the outside, and I thought Kaiser White was doing pretty well enough last year before he got hurt to play on the outside linebacker position too. And as you guys all know, as a 4-3 defense, you only need one middle linebacker. But I guess he knew that, you know, Denzel Perryman is kind of injury prone. So I mean, you know, when he selected Kenneth Murray, I was like, oh shit, and I wasn't mad, but at the same time, I wasn't happy. I was like, okay, well, we filled a position that we kind of needed due to the fact that we're always injured at that position. I mean, this is, you know, we haven't had a good as middle linebacker since, like, fuck. I want to say Shaquille Spikes, maybe, middle linebacker? Like, fuck, I don't even remember, guys, because, I mean, fuck, Manti Te'o was a injury-prone motherfucker, and he was a bust. Perryman, I mean, when he was healthy, he was good. You know what I mean? But he can never stay healthy, and that's the thing with him, you know? I believe one of the middle linebackers I always liked, not as far as coverage, but as far as, like, run stop, you know, stopping the run, was Corey Toomer. But he didn't have the upside, and I think that's what Telesco didn't like about him. Not saying that he didn't, like, he trashed him out or anything. It's just I don't think he got his vibe. Or not his vibe, but you know what I mean. So like I said, guys, it's going to be very interesting what happens in this draft. If you've tuned into this video this far, thank you for watching, guys. It really helps. I know I don't really put videos out there as much. It's not because I don't want to. It's just I don't put it up because, it's not because of the views and stuff like that. It's just, you know, I feel like sometimes I don't have content to put out. Like, I don't know what to put out. If you guys have ideas, let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, guys. It gives me motivation to make video for you guys. You know, I know I'm not the best, you know, analyst or whatever, but my plan here is to eventually get like a capture card and stuff like that. You know, put my my own intro and stuff like that. And with you guys' help, that'll be what is negative or positive comments, that'll be okay with me. You know, as long as it's like not bashing me. You know, as long as, you know, like if it's like, oh man, you know, ideas or your opinions, give it to me, guys. You know, put them in the comments what your 4 picks think. Your 4 picks, whether it's for the Chargers or any other team. You know what I mean? I'll comment on it. Doesn't matter to me, guys. But like I said, thank you guys for watching. And as always, guys, stay classy, be safe, wear a mask, and stay classy, guys.